What's up, Craziacs? Welcome back to another video on the Craziacs channel. I would like to formally apologize for the lack of videos on this channel recently. Been going through a couple things, but we are 100% back and ready to bring you guys the best content for the second round of the playoffs. Roll the intro. All right, boys. Good to see you guys. It feels like it's been a while since we've done one of these Zoom calls.
It has. It's been a while.
It's been, I think, about, like a week and a half, 2 weeks?
The last video we shot was the series preview versus the Devils, and now the series is over in 5 games, exactly like we predicted. And I believe, if I can add, I think we predicted every single game correctly.
We did.
Incredible showing from your Craziacs here. Wonderful job predicting the series correctly. And I don't even know how intact our playoff bracket is, but we'll check that eventually.
We almost lost it last night with the Jets.
That was close. Before I get too far into this, guys, make sure to check out the other media pages and all the videos talking about the giveaway for the second series. We'll cover more of that when we do our series preview video that will be posted tomorrow for the Capitals series. Stay tuned for that. And there will be actual game reviews for every single game for that series. Now, so first game, game 1, game that I went to. 4-1 Canes win. Logan Stankoven 2 goals and absolute domination on the Devils. Second game, 3-1 win. Taking a 2-0 lead into New Jersey. Game 3, sadly, we lost in double overtime, 3-2 to the Devils, who played a much better game and played the way they needed to. And Markstrom definitely stole that game. Game 4, very, very controversial. Of course, Freddie Anderson getting knocked out by Timo Meyer.
Check it on our TikTok.
Timo Meyer knocking Freddie out. But then the team played great behind Piotr. We won that game 5-2. And then just the holy grail of awesome that was game 5, where we won 5-4 in double overtime, finally exercising our playoff overtime demons with a Sebastianaho game winner on the power play, in which a game we were down 3-0 10 minutes into the game. It was horrible. And
Does
I'll go
that
ahead
ring a
and
bell?
run through
I
games 4 and 5 for you guys, because that obviously we talked about game 4. Freddie Anderson gets hurt. Now you have to bring in Kochetkov, who has not seen any ice in a while for the
Does that
NHL.
ring a bell, though? Like, I feel like that might have happened round 1 last year. I'm thinking like game 2, maybe? I don't know. It seems familiar.
So in that game, the Canes played good. Piotr's only goal was the one to Timo Meyer that was kind of a softie, and Trip Tracy's on record saying that probably settled him in. So maybe that was a good thing. But I want to harp on game 5 for a second. That was awesome. Like, that was the best comeback win I've seen from the Canes in a while, simply because they kept going. Like, sometimes when we come back and we get the lead, is evidenced by game 3, where we scored 2 power play goals in the third and then just completely fell apart, causing me to lose my mind discussing overtime. This time it was different. We got it. We got it done. You kind of knew when KK took that, or got the stick to the face, and it was a 4-minute power play. You're like, okay, we got to score here, or this is not going to end well for us. And we did. Took care of business. So
I think in the words of Rod Brendamore, he said that nobody on that team wanted to go back to Newark.
No.
And that showed out in the second period, for goodness sake.
Oh my goodness. Well, why would you want to go back to Newark? Like, I see no reason why you'd want to do that. So
that's this guy. He's from there.
The unsung
I grew up in North Carolina. Okay.
Or we'll call it the sung hero on this one, is the power play and penalty kill. Special teams. In the preview video, I incorrectly said that if it was a special team series, we would lose. But our power play woke up. We were 6 for 19, which is 31.6%. That would have been top 3 in the league easily in the regular season. And our penalty kill, which is already outstanding, was 15 for 15 with a shorthanded goal. Outstanding special teams. But you know who the most important penalty killer is? It's their goalie. Noah, you want to talk to us about some goalies from this series?
I would absolutely love to. So, as you guys can obviously see, Freddie Anderson and Jacob Markstrom are our second and third stars, who we believe are the second and third star of the series. Because honestly, let's be real here. Freddie Anderson and Markstrom played absolutely unreal. I mean, sadly, for the Devils fans, the Devils defense did kind of crumble a little bit. But anyways, getting into some stats here. As we see here for Freddie Anderson, who's shocked at the stats that I'm about to say. His goals against average is a whopping 1.59, which if you did not know, that is absolutely insane. And his save percentage is a whopping 936, which let me tell you something. He has pretty much had that for the whole entire season. Or at least his first 4 games he played of the season. That was around what he had. He had like a 940 or something beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So to see a 935, oh my God. Now, getting into Jacob Markstrom, he had a 2.78 goals against average and a whopping 911 save percentage, which, to be honest, with how the Devils played, that's super solid. He honestly stole a game from us, and honestly, a couple of periods, he definitely stole the game away. I mean, the Devils just could not compete.
That stick explosion at the end of Game 5 shows how hard he fought in this series.
Now, there's an honorable mention I want to talk about because he did come into the game after Freddie Anderson did sadly get injured by Timo Meier, which I don't know why in the world, one, we didn't stick up for Anderson and why nothing else happened, and why that penalty was not called. But like I just said earlier, though, check it in the TikTok. It'll be there. The clip is there. So Pyotr Kochetkov, he played like 6 total periods of hockey. Or around that, which is insane because of Game 5. So he posted with about a game and a half of play, or almost 2 games of play. He posted a 900 save percentage on the dot and a 2.5 goals against average, which, to be honest, for how young he is and how developed he is, that is stellar. I hope to see if he plays more games. I hope those stats go up more, but I don't know if he'll play that much more. Anyways, Carter, go ahead and talk about top goal scorers and everything else that you want to talk about.
I'm going to shoot it over to Jack because he's going to talk to us about the top performers on the forward and defense core from the Canes in this series.
Well, let's just start with the man who's on the graphic. Sebastianaho had 3 goals. 2 of them, I believe, all 3 of them were power play goals, 5 assists, and a 58.1 face-off percentage. Awesome. Top on the team besides Jordan Stahl, who had like a 52%, which was still pretty good. We got Andrei Svechnikov, who popped off this series. I don't know where he was the regular season, but he just decided to show up this time. So he got himself a hat trick in Game 4, and he finished with 5 goals and 1 assist in this series. Seth Jarvis is doing Seth Jarvis things. He got 2 goals and 3 assists. And somebody who really stepped up, Logan Stankoven in Game 1, played great. 2 goals, 1 assist in this series. And I think that this top line has finally come to play. Because in the regular season, at the end of the regular season, we were talking about why is our depth the only people that are scoring? And we weren't seeing much from Sebastianaho or Seth Jarvis or Svechnikov or just Blake even. Like, we weren't getting much from them. And now that we've hit the playoffs, the mantra started to change. And we're starting to get good results out of our top players, which is really what you need.
If
That's
I
what
saw
I'm
another
saying.
repeat of that Florida series, I would have bashed my head into a wall.
But the best part about that is that it wasn't just the top players that were scoring. We also have a lot of other notable performers. First off, Jackson Blake, welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs. 1 goal and 3 assists. Awesome. That's like, I think, 0.8 points per game.
Yep.
That's
4 out of 5.
That's really good. That's a great start for a rookie. Shane Gostisbehere, 1 goal and 3 assists. He's played great. He's had a pretty good defensive series, but our real top defenseman has got to be Jaccobslavin. He got himself a goal, not often to come by, but he got one.
It's in
And
the TikTok.
yep, and 2 assists with a +2 which was awesome.
And
We
that
got-
that goal was the best goal of the series.
It
Yep.
was not just a normal, like, oh, let's just get a goal from the point kind of thing. He undressed Stefan Nason and then lasered it from the side. Like, you can
Mind you,
argue
that's like a
that
no
that's one of
look.
the...
There's like no chance that he could have scored that. Like, it was a really tough shot.
And he makes that shot, like, once a year at least.
Yeah. In the playoffs.
In the playoffs, too. That is true. And our last notable performer of this game of this series has got to be Taylor Hall with a goal and 2 assists. He has been playing out of his mind, and because of that, he got himself an extension for 3 years with Carolina.
Woo!
And for a good deal, too. We were talking about this in our other video, Taylor Hall extension. Go check it
Go
out.
watch it.
We were talking about him getting signed for around 4 to 5 million. This man got signed for like 3.3.
316 is, I think,
316.
the official number.
That's insane. I mean, we've got him for a good deal. We got a lot of cap space. Offseason's coming. We will have more content about that later. But wow, what a great deal for Taylor Hall, and I'm excited to see what he's doing in the future.
You know who else got extended? Freddie Anderson. 1 year
Woo!
with like a what do you get? Like a
275.
couple mil.
Yeah.
All right,
Which-
guys. So I'm going to go
Awesome.
ahead and wrap this on up here. We are now going into a rematch versus the Washington Capitals from 2019. Washington were the defending Cup champs that year. This year, they are the top in the East, so they're still top dogs, and we got to take them down. Really going to be a physical series, but go watch our future video upcoming about the series preview versus that. Just wanted to say, guys, like we've won a round in the playoffs for 7 years in a row now. 7's our lucky number.
Woo!
And so we need to keep this up. I think this year, this is the most promise I've seen out of the first round. A power play that was struggling has gotten itself back up, and we're moving through it. Our goaltending has been good when it's needed to be. And you played a pretty desperate team in the Devils who were looking to do something and thoroughly, I would say embarrassed them for the most part. You had 2 close games, one of which you won, one of which you lost. And the one that you lost, you really had no business being in the first place. This was 1 goal away from being a sweep. So, love to see it. Hopefully we can play as good, if not better, versus the Caps.
For our regular season series, it was a very interesting series this entire year. We started off, I actually went to the first game against the Caps where we won 4-2 and Marty Natchez undressed. I think it was...
I was there for that too, I think.
Yeah, you were? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that. But he undressed the goalie. It was awesome. Best goal, one of the best goals of the Canes season. We lost the next game 3-1 to the Caps. The most heated game of the series this year was the 5-1 game where we won, and Jalen Chatfield just had, a WWE moment.
F5. Goodbye, Connor McMichael.
And our last game, the most recent, was 5-4 loss in a shootout. I feel like this series is going to be just like the last 2 games.
It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be awesome.
Keep in mind, both of these teams 1-5 in their first series. I think this one's going to go to 6 or 7. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be physical. It is going to be rivalry, big time. Keep in mind, this is the second time we played them in the playoffs. The first time we beat them in 7. So this is going to be very interesting to watch. I am excited for this series and a little bit nervous, but I feel like we could get this one.
All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys for watching so much. Go leave a comment down below talking about your favorite moment of the Devil series. Make sure to tune in to all the videos that'll be coming up soon on the Cap series that we're going to be playing. And make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Stay crazy and peace out.
Woo!